Hello guys! Welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to subtract dissimilar fractions and how to subtract rational expressions with different denominators. But sa dili pa ko magsugod, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Okay? Alright, so let's start doing this. And I know we can do this, guys. We're gonna do this slowly so that masabtan sa tanan. So let's start off. I believe every one of you have already watched the video about adding dissimilar fractions and rational expressions with different denominators. The process would still be the same, guys. The only thing that we're going to do is we're going to subtract them because we are subtracting numbers. So let's start with prime factorization of the denominators. Meaning to say we're going to look for the LCD of 4, 3, and 20. Right? So, what are the prime factors of 4? We know that 2 times 2 is the factor of 4. Why these are primes? Because, the only factors of 2 are 1 in itself. So, these are prime numbers. What are the prime factors of 3? We know that 3 is already a prime number, so we can just write it somewhere here. And dili ito sila itupong kay lahi-lahi sa number. Let's take a look at 20. What are the prime numbers of 20? We have 20. I believe I have shown this before. The factors of 20 are 5 and 4. And we know that 5 is already a prime number, so we are good for that. We are just going to look for the prime factor of 4, which is 2 times 2. So in other words, 20 has factors 2 times 2 times 5. And then I'm going to align them, bringing all the factors down. So 2. Make sure nga align na sila ha. That's 2. This one as well, that's 2. And then bring down 3. And lastly, 5. You get the product of these numbers. What is 2 times 2 times 3 times 5? The result is 60. It follows nga ang LCD ani is 60. Or the least common divisor or denominator for 4, 3, and 20 is 60. Okay. So, na natin LCD nga 60, guys. Ang ato lang buhaton, guys, is we're going to divide that 60 by these numbers here. Kaning 4, 3, and 20. Okay? So, let's start with 4. What is 60 divided by 4? 15, right? Ang kanang 15, guys, i-multiply ng 15 sa numerator sa first term and sa denominator sa first term. So, ang mahitabo anak niya is 9 over 4 times 15 over 15. Okay? And then, next, subtract. Because minus man siya. Next ni mong buhaton is you do 60 divided by, naman sa 4. So, 60 divided by 3, which is, pila man? 20. Ang kanang 20, guys, you multiply it to the numerator of the second term, which is 5, and the denominator of the second term, which is 3. So, ang mahitabuan na would be like this. 5 over 3 times the result of dividing 60 by 3, which is 20, that's going to be 20 over 20. Okay. Next, humanata sa first two terms. We're going to go with the second term. What is 60 divided by 20? We know that 60 divided by 20 is simply 3. Ang kanang result nga 3, guys, i-multiply na sa numerator of the third term and the denominator of the third term. So, may tabuan ni, guys, is going to be 7 over 20 times the result after dividing 60 by 20, which is 3. There you go. And then, ato nang ipang-simplify each term. What is 9 times 15? 9 times 15, guys, is 135. Right? And 4 times 15 is just 60. You copy the operation, which is subtraction. 5 times 20 is 100. Over 3 times 20 is 60. Okay? Minus 7 times 3 is 21. Over 20 times 3 is 60. If you notice, we already have a set of similar fractions. When we say similar fractions again, these are fractions that have the same denominator. So we can just easily do the subtraction right away. So we are going to copy the denominator, which is 60. Okay, and do the operation in the numerator. We have 135 minus, because we have subtraction here, minus 100 minus 21. There you go. And let us simplify this. 135 minus 100 minus 21, the result is 14 over 60. And we know that 14 over 60 can still be reduced to its lowest term. What is the answer? That's going to be 7 over 30. Why? Because the numerator can be divided by 2, as well as the denominator can also be divided by 2. And the lowest term of 14 over 60 is 7 over 30. This is now your answer. So the result of subtracting these three fractions is 7 over 30. Okay, I hope you learned something from it. Now, we're going to do the same process, same behavior for expressions that includes rational, or shall I say rational expressions. And what are rational expressions, guys? These are expressions that are in the form P of x over Q of x, where Q of x should not be equal to 0. Okay? So, anything that is not having any denominator of 0, we can consider them as a rational expression. So, I hope you can still review that. How to go about this? Before we proceed in looking for the LCD, I know, guys, we're going to look for the LCD here because we have two fractions. We're going to factor first these two, the x squared minus 7x plus 10, as well as x squared minus 8x plus 15. We're going to factor these trinomials. Let's start with this one here. Let's start with x squared minus 7x plus 10. How to factor it? Take a look at the third item. This is similar to the same process that I did in the previous video, where we are going to add dissimilar fractions or dissimilar rational expressions. The factors of 10 are negative 1, negative 10, 2, 5, 1, 10, right? As well as negative 1, negative 10. Oh, it's already in there. Kumana ta sa negative 1, negative 10. I think atong kulang negative 2 and negative 5. Okay. After finding the factors of 10, look for the factors nga inig-add nimo, guys. The result is going to be the middle term, which is negative 7. And out of these factors, the only numbers nga atong pwede mapili are these numbers. Because when we add these two, the result is negative 7, which is technically here. Okay, so it follows that the factor of this trinomial term here is x minus 2 times x minus 5. Amen? Amen. Okay. Next, this one here. We're going to look out for the factor of 15. Factors of 15, and then when you add them, it's negative 8. The only factors that we can think of are negative 3 and negative 5. Because when you multiply these two, negative 5 times negative 5, negative 3 times negative 5, the result is positive 15. And when you add these two, the answer is negative 8, which is in the middle term here. So it follows that the factor for this trinomial term here is x minus 3 times x minus 5. Okay? So we are going to rewrite the given, guys, having the denominators as factors. So we have 3x over x minus 2, x minus 5, minus 2x over, we're going to be writing this expression, the factored one, which is x minus 3 times x minus 5. All right. So before I'm going to proceed to find the LCD, guys, I'm going to show you the relationship of these two processes. So if you notice, sa kaning example, 9 over 4 minus 5 over 3 minus 7 over 20, we can actually rewrite it as 9 over 4 minus 5 over 3 minus 7 over 4 times 5, because 4 times 5 is just 20. And then, to find the LCD, guys, the LCD is simply the product of the denominators, which is 4 times 3 times 5. Naalang kay twist buhaton. If makakita kag denominator nga gi-write twice or several times, it could be 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. No matter how many times they are written, you are only going to write them once when you're going to solve for the LCD. So if we're going to do it, you notice that we have 2 4s here, this 4 and this 4. I just wrote it 1 4 here, and then multiplied by the remaining denominators, which are 3 and 5. And if we're going to solve this, the result is what? 60, which is similar to this one here. The notion of that process will still be applied in this illustration here, in these two rational expressions. So first, we're going to look for the LCD. LCD. Oh, sorry. Automatic mao siya tungod sa kanang automation gani sa akong blackboard. So LCD. How to find the LCD of these two expressions? Same thing. Try to look at which factor ang nibalik. Ang nibalik na factor is x minus 5, right? It then follows nga when we are going to write or solve for the LCD is just a product of the denominators. We're just gonna write x minus 5 only once. So mahitabo ani guys kay x minus 5 times x minus 2 times x minus 3. There you go. So nanakay LCD. Perfect na itong life. Ani ka na LCD, guys. Okay. After makita ng LCD, ato nang i-apply ang atong process here. Kita mo ani guys that our LCD is 60. Oh, eraser ako nagamit. I'm sorry. Kita mo ani nga atong LCD for the first item is 60. Giunsa ning 15, guys. What we did is, ang 60 nga LCD, gi-divide nato sa denominator nga 4, and that's what we get 15 here. Okay, balikon ako. The LCD nga 60 gi-divide sa first denominator nga 4. The result is 15. Whatever the result is, in this example we have 15, we multiply that 15 to the numerator and denominator of the first term. So the same concept ang atong i-apply. Ato ning ang LCD, guys, i-divide nato by the first denominator of the first term, or the denominator of the first term. Pila may result if we're going to do x minus 5 times x minus 2 times x minus 3 divided by the first denominator. So I'm just going to change it to a different color. X minus 2, x minus 5, right? Makakancel tawag mga terms aning x minus 2 and x minus 5. So technically guys, ang mabilin is x minus 3. Whatever the result is, gamita na siya to multiply the numerator of the first term and the denominator of the second term. So similar concept siya ani. Ang resulta after dividing 60 by 4, gigamit siya to be multiplied to the numerator of the first term and the denominator of the second term. Okay? So, ang may tabo na din ani guys is we have 3x over x minus 2, x minus 5 times the result after atong division na to, x minus 3 over x minus 3. There you go. Minus. Kanina sad ta. I-divide na to ang LCD, guys. The LCD that we have here, by this one here. So, may tabuan na is x minus 5, x minus 2, x minus 3 over second denominator, which is x minus 3 times x minus 5. Kinsa may makancel. X minus 5 and x minus 3. What is left is x minus 2. The result of that, which is x minus 2, you multiply it to the numerator and the denominator of the second term. So, may tabuan ni guys would be like this. 2x over x minus 3 times x minus 5 times the result after the division, which is this one here, x minus 2 over x minus 2. And then ato lang siyang ipang-simplify. So actually same thing ani. After nato gisuwat ang kanang mga multiplier, ato rang gi-simplify nga 9 times 15 is 135. So ato silang gi-simplify guys. 3x times x minus 3 over kanang when you multiply these expression, imo ra man ang itupad. So, x minus 2 times x minus 5 times x minus 3. Minus, same thing sa pikas, 2x times x minus 2 over the denominator nga x minus 3 times x minus 5 times x minus 2. There you go. You notice, guys, that we have now similar fractions. When we say similar fractions, they have the same denominators. You might be questioning me nga, sir, how come nga the same nga sila, sir, nga ilang arrangement, dili man pareha? No, guys. When it comes to factors or when it comes to multiplication, commutative man guna sila. For example, if imong isolve ang 9 times 3, the answer is 27. Imong balihon ang 3 times 9, the answer is also 27. So, it doesn't make a difference if magbaylo-baylo ang factors. Okay? So, basically, we have similar fractions. So, the only thing that we're going to do here, guys, is copy the entire denominator, which is x minus 2. Kausahon na rin magsuwat, of course. X minus 5, x minus 3. And then, you do the numerator. 3x, x minus 3 minus 2x, x minus 2. And then, atong i-distribute ang numerator. Ang mga terms nga naa sa numerator. So, what is 3x times x? We have 3x squared. 3x times, yun na siya. 3x times negative 3, that's negative 9x. Negative 2x times x, that's negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times negative 2, that's positive 4x. Over the denominator nga x minus 2 times x minus 5 times x minus 3. And then combine like terms for the numerator. Makombine na to ang ang 3x squared o negative 2x squared. Ang the resulta is just x squared na lang. Negative 9x and positive 4x. Ang result is negative 5x. Ang result over x minus 2 times x minus 5 times x minus 3. Okay? And then, we can also factor x in the numerator. So, may tabuan ni guys is x times x minus 5 over x minus 2, x minus 5, and x minus 3. Which one can be cancelled? X minus 5. So in other words, the final answer that we have here is going to be x over x minus 2 times x minus 3. There you go. Medyo taas-taas siya, but just look for several expressions or that deals with rational expressions and do practice following this rule here. So in other words, the answer for our given, which is this one here, I'm going to change color para makita ninyo, color yellow. The answer for this one is x over x minus 2 times x minus 3. Sakto ba ko? Let me check. There. There you go. Okay, that's it for today. And again, do not forget to follow my Facebook page, Sir Bash Math Rules, and do not forget also to subscribe my YouTube channel, Sir Bash Math Rules. The links are actually listed in the description box. See you next time.